it's Tiffany's Content, and welcome back to my channel. I love talking weather, so we're going to talk weather today, and we're talking severe weather, okay? So let's get right on into it and see where everything's at. Right now, it's looking like the northern plains once again. We had this problem earlier in the week, and we're still facing it midweek. So Minnesota, Wisconsin, dipping down into Nebraska and Iowa, even over there, in North Dakota, South Dakota, dipping down into Wyoming, you're going to see severe thunderstorms. So if you're in that area, please be aware. There may be even tornadoes popping up, okay? But right now we're talking about thunderstorms and lightning. So you're going to see some over in, New Mexico as well, Colorado, even some coming out of Texas. But just be sure that the Gulf of America is sprucing up, and we'll talk about that. But look at all this heat. It's hot everywhere, okay? You're going to see some high 90s over in the south. Definitely coming out of Texas and Florida, even over there in Arizona and New Mexico, it's hot, it's getting heated up. And then if you go into the central plains, you're gonna see some 90s and upper 94s over there. So that's a lot of that heat clashing with those thunderstorms, and that's what's causing a lot of severe weather. So you can see right there again, Minnesota, Wisconsin, very severe weather going down into South Dakota and even into, Nebraska, where my family is, and also Iowa. That is where the severe weather is going to be at today. And even a little over there, you're going to see in Montana, dipping down into Wyoming and Vermont. But just be sure that you know where the severe weather is for today. And it's trying to go down into those central plains again. But right now, we're focusing on all that, traction and all those thunderstorms coming out of Canada and dipping right into our Midwest states, okay? So you're going to see even some rain over in the south. So we're going to talk about that with the Gulf of America sprucing up. You're going to see a lot of rain coming out of the south as well. Lightning and thunderstorms here and there too. But again, those heat advisories are very important to watch and to look out for, okay? So right now, again, the East Coast is on fire, okay? I don't know what's going on with the East Coast. It is so hot over there, the upper East Coast, and along the whole East Coast. So if you're in your pools, I can understand why, okay? But again, look at the Midwest. You see that red? That red means it can be tornadic activity, okay? So that is nothing to play with. That is something to take very, throughout the day. Understand that that's going to happen. If you're in that area, take it very seriously throughout the day, okay? And again, I told you, like I said, it's a little bit over there in Wyoming as well, trying to come out of Montana. But remember that it is severe weather all along that, even dipping down into Colorado. So remember, if you're in that area, it's going to be severe, thunderstorms and lightning, even tornadic activity, but heavy rainfall as well. And this is just for today. And even in the south, you're going to see Florida still have that system over here, and it's definitely a tropical depression now. So a tropical disturbance right now. So right now it's not, they're just investigating it and then taking a look at it. But you can see where all of the main activity is, and that is in that, northern plains, basically. Coming out of the Rockies as well. So looking at our lightning map, you're going to see that lightning in the Gulf of America and some, surrounding Florida as well, because that is where most of the action is for that system over there I was telling you about yesterday, and they named it, okay? So again, you're going to see all that lightning in Wisconsin and Milwaukee, where my family is. So make sure that you're, okay over there, and you're understanding that there's severe lightning strikes over there. So try to stay indoors and away from power outlets. Turn everything off if you have to, if there's severe lightning going on, even in the upper Minnesota. And definitely look at that South Dakota going into Nebraska and Iowa. It's also sprucing up some storms, okay? And remember, it's hot, so it's all clashing together. And when the rain comes, it can come down really fast and become flash floods, okay? So you can see it be nothing and then appear to just be, lots of rain and lots of flash floods. And when those, sewers get full, this is what happens. The flooding comes around and stuff. So even with just a little bit of rain, the flooding comes. And then when you have construction that you can hear outside of my house now, you can definitely see that there's more, flood activity on your block because they have to put in water pipes. But take a look at the Gulf of America. It's definitely trying to get into Louisiana. That'll be probably later on this afternoon, going into the evening, that it's coming out of Florida Panhandle and definitely trying to spruce up in Louisiana. And look at the lightning. evening. So once again, it's very stormy over there and hot. So that could mean tornadic activity as well, or definitely that hurricane trying to spin and spruce up. So right now I don't see it potentially becoming a full tropical storm, just because it's taken forever to even get over in the Gulf of America, and the more it sits, it can either spruce up or go down depending on the activity. So right now you're going to see the rain activity just for, what is it, today going in for the next 2 days, 1 or 2 days. You're going to see that there's a lot of rain in that upper, northern plains and even in the south. But take a look at the next 5 days, okay? 5 to 7 days. That's a lot of rain, okay? And even in the Gulf of America. So you can see that even if it does not become a tropical storm, it will be a lot of rainfall, okay? Flash flood warnings. Definitely marine watches, okay? But let's take a look back where the severe weather is at for today. And it is right over in Minnesota. You can see Bismarck, even North Dakota and South Dakota, and going into Sioux Falls. So you're going to see even Milwaukee, where my family is, it's definitely a lot of thunderstorms and, rainfall over there. And it's all trying to go into, Lake Michigan, or try to even go down into, Nebraska and things like that. But be sure that if you're over in that Minnesota or North Dakota or South Dakota area, that it's going to be some heavy rainfall, lightning, and thunderstorms that are coming your way. And this is right now. This is nowcast, okay? So, and also going into the afternoon and evening too. And remember, when you see these maps, it's just showing you where the development will be happening, and you can see right there in Milwaukee. So now let's take a look back at the tropics. Right now, where everybody's looking at the Gulf of America, they have basically named a tropical disturbance 1, which is mean it's under an investigation, okay? And looking at Zoom Earth here, you can see exactly, it still was lingering over Jacksonville this morning, trying to get over to the Tallahassee area, okay? And spruce up some storm, and definitely bringing a lot of rainfall as it comes through, okay? Spinning up, definitely bringing severe thunderstorms as well as it shoots across, okay? So right now it's not even sunny there in Florida. It's more of a, cloudy atmosphere. So right now you can see all that rain in there, definitely coming up and trying to spruce up. You're going to see a lot of Louisiana being on alert, because that's where all the activity is headed towards. So right now it's a 10% chance in the next 2 and 7 days for development. So that's not very high, but it's still rainfall, lots of rainfall. And then over on the eastern Pacific side, you're going to see that there's a 30% possible chance of development. And that is actually going by the Hawaii Islands, okay? So if you're near Hawaii or in the islands, just know that there's going to be a lot of rainfall activity coming your way, even if it does not reach that area. But we're going to keep an eye out on for you, okay? I do have some more videos coming out this afternoon, just basically talking about the tropics, okay? Right now, 10% chance on the Atlantic side that jumped over to the Gulf of America, and then there's a 30% on the Eastern Pacific side. But just looking at the Atlantic atmosphere, you're going to see that it's a lot of systems sprucing up over in the top of South America and going into, Nicaragua and everything like that. It's very, and even Costa Rica had a lot of, rain activity and high waves, very, very traumatic over there, okay? Let's just say that. And there was an incident over there in Costa Rica, and remember, if there's any marine watches or warning, or if the water is choppy, just look at it, okay? Let's just take a look at it. But again, have fun with your family, but stay alert to Tiffany's content. I'm going to keep you updated for all your vacations. You're going to see another tropical wave that's trying to come over to the Atlantic side, trying to reach the Caribbean. It is days away from that, but I will keep you updated, okay? Make sure that you're staying tuned to Tiffany's content. Go ahead and subscribe, like, share with your family, and I'm going to keep you updated so that you are aware of any potential hazardous outlooks out there. And I'm going to leave you with the tropics development system, map that they have, possible development. And you'll see that in the month of July and going into the early August, there will be some possible